Let's talk about your medical journey.
Sure.
You finished in Nebraska.
In Nebraska.
From there, undergrad, where did you go for your master's? Your medical.
So I also stayed in Nebraska.
Okay.
So I was there for 4 more years.
Okay.
And then after medical school in the U.S., you have to do some kind of specialty to practice. So I specialized in what's called emergency medicine. So I'm a specialist trained to work in casualty or A&E.
If there's a doctor that is required in the house, let me tell you, Dr. Christine. Okay.
I can help you. I could.
For Halloween, do you dress up as a doctor?
You know what's so funny? I usually don't. But last year, there's this cartoon character, this very sweet black girl who plays a doctor because her mom is one and she wants to emulate her.
Yeah.
So I did actually dress up as her last year. And the kids loved it. And everyone thinks that I really nail the costume. So
Yeah,
I do it for the kids.
Really, because that's what you just sort of work. That's your work kit.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
then it's kind of cute. The parents get to kind of have a little inspirational discussion with their kids about, see, she's a real live Doc McStuffins is the name of the cartoon.
Dr. McStuffins.
Doc McStuffins. Actually,
Doc McStuffins?
Yeah.
The
little black girl. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
McStuffins?
Yeah.
McStuffins.
Yeah.
All right. moving along and loving it, right? So you stayed in Nebraska for med school. You specialize in emergency medicine where?
At the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. So one of the founders of my specialty founded the department there.
Okay.
And so I applied through what's called a match. It's sort of like this lottery system where you rank programs rate you, and I got in there.
Excellent.
So I was one of 10, and so I was there for 3 years. And then I went to Yale and stayed there for a really long time.
So wait. Did you finish your master's in North Carolina?
I did. So it's right. It's slightly different from the Kenyan system. We don't get like a master's. We just get a specialization and an accreditation as a result. So I did. I finished that for 3 years at UNC.
Then you went to Yale for DTMNH.
That plus a number of other things. So I did what's called a fellowship afterwards.
You gave our graphic designer hell because he looked at what I sent and I think he just copy pasted it because it was just like, okay, what do I leave out? Then he went on to your social. You still have your MD, MSc. He like, okay. So this is clearly all very important. Yeah. To this woman, we must add all of these, abbreviations.
So funny. No, I'm definitely one of those career learners, but I'm done. I stopped.
Lies.
At some point.
All lies. Never. She
no more
says
degrees.
that. No.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Maybe.
MBA.
Maybe. I don't know if I received that or not.
You want to open your own hospital?
Not quite. More so probably consulting for public health, which is what I've been doing for the past 10 years.
Okay.
Not consulting, but my own research. Yeah.
So you graduated from Yale. You have a diploma in tropical medicine and health.
Correct. So I did what's called a fellowship, which is sort of like a practicum, something to kind of give someone a fellowship, opportunity to gain some more expertise in an area.
Yes.
For us in global health and emergency medicine, that looks like 2 years of teaching or consulting as an attending or a consultant physician. So I was at Yale for that part.
Yes.
1/3 of this whirlwind 2 years. 1/3 of the time I was in London actually getting my master's and the diploma on tropical medicine at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, which I highly recommend to anyone who's thinking about doing global health or global health research. Really incredible school for many reasons and like top tier education. Has its challenges as they've described, but really excellent learning institution. And then 1/3 of the time was being back home. So it was finally my time to build myself in an area of global health that I wanted to, quote, become an expert in.
Yes.
And so for me, that was this topic area called non-communicable diseases, diseases that are not transmissible to one to another, hypertension, diabetes, cancer. And of course, I really wanted to work on this back home here in Kenya. And so I spent also 1/3 of that year off and on with various organizations working here in Kenya. And it was great. Got a lot done, learned a lot.
Is hypertension as a result of lifestyle? Is it just too much salt?
So that's one of the components or contributors, but there's also genetics.
We're more predisposed to get hypertension as Africans.
Yeah, so right, exactly. So there's some research that there's some predisposition in blacks or those of African descent. However, there's also some additional theories around why we get hypertension in the Kenyan African context that's still to be studied. Need more scientists on that. Young and budding.
Yeah, see how she's extending her career? We need to research more.
Exactly. Yeah. But also not for me. I'm so excited about, bringing up others the pipeline behind us, even as some of us, tire or retire out eventually.
Yes,
but it's interesting. There's some theories around like repeat offenses with malaria and how that affects the kidneys or the blood vessels, and does that contribute to disproportionate burden in our countries, and some other theories around that. But more to come soon. I'm glad we're talking about it, and I'm glad for this platform to talk about it a little bit.
I had the most phenomenal question. Forgot it.
Tell them
Very. No. That one's coming. That one's coming. But it was more about your career and your transition in Yale, and the importance of having a very solid background. But it was actually about World Health Organization. Forgot his name. Tedros something long.
Yeah. DG.
On retirement. Christine.
Hey, I mean, I receive it one day, perhaps. He's fantastic, actually. I think his direction has been really progressive and open.
He held steadfast. Everyone thought he was going to quit. He was going to buckle.
Yeah.
He did not. He is a beacon of shining light and hope.
Yeah.
Christine.
And I admire him. I think he's a participatory leader, which is so hard to find.
Have you met him?
And I haven't, but I've observed him many times, and I've been in a couple of similar rooms, and just the way he carries himself and the way he communicates.
Would you be interested in the role of the head of the WHO?
Of DG? I maybe one day. I have a lot of other things that let me back up. Let me say this. I am very clear on my mission and what I want to accomplish and or contribute to in my life and in Africa and in Kenya. Whatever title comes with that will be a plus.
Yes.
But that's what I'll say.
SpiceFM.